Hello, hi, it's Alyssa on BadMomJokes, and I decided very last minute to do this. I'm back in the groove. It's been a minute. Had some life stuff come up, but I'm hoping to do this every Friday. We used to be on Thursdays, and now we're on Fridays. It's really important that I communicate that to my two viewers. Mom, I love you so much. Thank you for watching everything I do. And that stay-at-home dad in Canada, you rock. I'm gonna learn your name this week. Anyway, so here's the thing. This is super last minute. I talked to a lot of moms during drop-off this morning at my son's school, and nobody was really interested. Moms are very, very busy taking care of their kids, but I'm so very excited because there is a mom that has agreed to be here today. She's so amazing. Her kids are raised, so she fit me into her schedule. They all graduated Harvard, cum laude, Harvard Law School. I mean, this woman has it all figured out. Please say hello to Babs, darling. Babs, thank you so much for being here today. Let me just help you out with your posture. Not that she needs help. I mean, look at her. Is she not fabulous? Yeah, I'm so glad you bring that up, because today what I really wanted to start off with is how I feel that a woman's voice is at a frequency that men have a hard time hearing. Have you noticed that? Yeah, and the man that I feel maybe has the hardest time is often your husband, right? I'm like, da 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 da, and then he's like, I didn't hear you. I didn't get that. Even when it's like something really important, right? Yeah. I know some of you are thinking, okay, who's this Babs, darling? Tell me more. Babs was in a show, Life with Babs. That's what she's probably most well known for. But her life kind of took off. She got married. She started doing more of like network television, and now she's just decided to come back, have a little visit, have a little chat with me. We go way back. I'm wondering what happened to Andy. Wasn't she your like BFF? Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, she got really jealous, I get that. You got married to Kip. Everything was going really well. You had 2 kids, boy and a girl. She had to go to rehab. She couldn't really separate reality from like her life online. It's a really tough disease that a lot of YouTubers suffer from. So I'm glad that she's getting help, though. I'm glad to hear that the system is helping her with her disability. Are we allowed to call it that? I think disability is the word that we call now when you kind of have that trouble, like a mental instability after like being a YouTuber and then losing your co-star because their life, it takes off and becomes fabulous. So, well, thank you for the Andy Mills update. Yeah, so here's the thing. I have a couple things I want to talk about. I don't know if you know, but I've been doing stand-up, just for fun and kind of like for therapy. It's my chance to get away from the family, escape my kids right at bedtime, make my husband deal with it, and then like talk about my life. But here's the thing that I'm finding happening, Babs, and tell me if you've kind of experienced this or what you think. So last week I went to an open mic and it was all dudes, I'm pretty sure like single, no kids, dudes. And, they were really cool, really receptive. They shared their joint with me, their blunt, whatever. I got a little too high, so I actually had a really hard time doing stand-up. Note to self, can't do stand-up high. But anyways, and I started in on my set. Oh, here's my Blueberry. My daughter's here with my friend Marcy, who's watching her. They're just gonna pass through and go play, hopefully, so I can continue talking about this madness. Hi, Blueberry. My daughter, Rosie, is in love. I don't have a banana.
She's asking me if it's okay.
So this is what we have to do. We have to take a reading, and then you can eat it, and then we have to give you insulin. Okay? All right, excuse me, this is live. I have to do this. One of the big life events is my daughter, a month from her 3rd birthday, was diagnosed with diabetes. So I had to take a few months. That was the priority, just to figure out her treatment, and now we're back. she's still not very happy. Oh, Babs! Raleigh, have you met Babs, darling? She's like an internet and TV sensation. She's on a lot of boards. She's pretty important. But she took the time to be with me here today. Babs, please excuse me while I take care of my daughter's snack and treatment, and I will be back and we will talk. Okay, all right. So Marcy's I'm gonna let her do your finger prick because she needs to learn. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay. I told her like you're not gonna be able to learn if you don't let her do it.
Yeah.
So Raleigh, you want to show her how you do it? Come here. If you want the banana, it has a lot of colors.
I know how to do it.
Okay, you come show her how you do it. Come on over. Here, I'll let you.
myself.
There's a lot of stuff in here. So
Do that by yourself so I can see.
come on, Raleigh. Camera's rolling. We gotta do it. This is perfect, actually. No one could do it today, so I called my friend Bass. She's supporting me today as my co-star. Yeah, my guest, my special guest. Don't worry, Bass. I'm not roping you in for more than one time. I know you've got a busy life.
Okay, Riley, let's do it.
All right. This is actually, in case she's really high, I'll show you how to use this to check her ketones.
Oh.
So if like it's over 300 or 400, we usually do that. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So pull that out.
Have you done
I'm
that?
gonna give this to Marcy because I don't want you to accidentally stab yourself. I usually keep it at 1.5. See how it goes with numbers. So I keep it at 1.5. So I always check. One time it was accidentally at 5, and she got
Oh,
quite a stab.
okay.
She was okay.
You're good, huh?
Wow, it sounds so blueberry.
You know
Violet.
everything. Muy bien.
So you stick it in until it starts doing that. And then Raleigh, let Marcy show her which finger you want to do. She often likes her pinky on the outside.
Okay.
So you line up this dot. That's where the needle comes out.
Oh.
You line that up with, you know, like the side of her pinky.
Okay. And then?
And then
Do we have to use the...
yeah, so first you do this, and then you press the button, and that releases the needle.
Right now?
And then you remove it, and then blood starts to come out. We usually wipe it off, and then she can do this part.
Okay.
So that's the biggest thing, is just to make sure this is like
That
on
is
the flesh and firm.
Okay.
Because that part, I'm afraid she might stab her fingernail, and then it takes a second. So she's 202, which is pretty good. So now she can have the banana. I usually give her half a banana just so that she doesn't eat it all at once, because it's about 25 carbs. Or actually, this
can have
banana, yeah, this is probably about 25, 30 carbs. So there are a lot of carbs. So,
Okay.
so what I do is I cut it in half.
Yeah.
No, I'm just afraid if you eat it too fast, you'll get really high really fast, and it might not feel good. Okay, all right. I mean, it's not the end of the world. So if she eats the whole thing, I would give her a whole unit of insulin. So this is about 25, 30 carbs.
Okay.
Right now, we're giving her about half a unit for 15 carbs. So I would probably give her a whole unit for that. And then her insulin is here. So there's two. This one you won't probably have to deal with. We only give it to her once a day, and it's called Lantus. So I give it to her at 6 a.m. So unless you're staying overnight with her, you won't be dealing with that one. What, Raleigh? It's what? It's inside? You're shy? You're feeling a bit shy? It's a shot, yeah. It's a joke, yeah. Well, the insulin's on the inside, and the needle gets it in your body, right? Yeah, okay. So you uncap it. Take a wipe. What? No, after you eat. I'm just showing her so she knows how, okay? Rip this open. You wipe it. And then, and you probably remember this vaguely. It's been a while, I know. You open this up, you put it directly on, and it just screws on. Open it up, and then it's important to prime the needle so you make sure there's no air bubbles. So what I do is I just start with a unit. Okay, so insulin's coming out.
You put it in what?
So I just this one is just to make sure that there's no air bubbles. So like if you do that and nothing comes out, you just keep doing it until insulin comes out. Like you hold it upright because you're trying to get all the air out so she gets the insulin. And I just kind of do that because the insulin gets everywhere. Okay, so for banana, it's about like 25, 30 carbs. So if she eats the whole thing, I think so, she will. Then when she's done, I would give her 1 unit. And then if she doesn't, then you kind of have to be like, oh, she ate half, I'll give her half a unit, like that sort of thing. If she, you know. Let me actually, I'll take this off for now because it's going to be a minute. I'll have you do a new one. So what I do then is like, this is considered a snack, but I'm giving her insulin because it's more than 10 carbs. It's kind of what I'll give her free. So I might put here plus, 25 or whatever I think that is. And then I'll put plus, and when I give it to her, I'll put 1. So I know I gave her a unit of insulin. So these are the readings before meals, like what we did to make sure. Because like, for example, if we did that reading and it was 50, I would just I would actually make her drink apple juice. You know what I mean? But since it's 200, we're trying to target between 80 and 180. So since she's 200, I know I can give her the banana, I know I can give her insulin, and it'll all be good. But if she's below 100, then I might just let her eat banana. You know what I mean? And then test her in 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So this is her before lunch reading. So she was 253. She ate 50. I don't know why there's a dot there. 55 carbs, I guess Jesse put, and he gave her 2 units for that. So anyway, so when she's done with this, 1 unit of insulin, and then I just make note of it so we have record.
Okay.
Yeah. So I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but I'll be here. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, and if I'm not here and it's between meals, you can always be like, no, you can have peanut butter, you can have cheese, but not a banana, not until lunchtime. You know what I mean? Like if I weren't here, you just don't give her a lot of carbs. If you don't
Why
want.
do you have no CRV? It is not dinner time.
Oh, you know what? Just a minute. It looks like,
Something.
you know what? I'm looking at the wrong one. This is yesterday's. Sorry. And I don't know. Wait, it looks
Today
like.
is Thursday.
Oh, today's Friday. So it looks
See?
like Jesse wrote the notes. So this is right, and I didn't write it here. So she hasn't done lunch yet. You're right. So it would be here because it's breakfast. Is all she had, and I think we took this reading because it was a 6 a.m. She had breakfast. She had 20. She had 29 carbs. I guess. Oh, she must have had a snack of 5.5. That's what it was there. Plus, are you gonna finish it? Okay. Are you all done? Sorry, you're right. That's wrong. So she did have a snack. I'm remembering 5.5. No, that's all we have, right? All done. So we're gonna call that 25. That's it, Raleigh. You ate the whole
See,
thing.
you ate the whole
We
thing.
didn't cut it in half.
We didn't
And
cut it.
then
You ate it.
we'll
You
give
ate
her
all.
1 unit.
We can.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. So here, it's easier to do like this. So here she did. That's why it was 5.5. I'm remembering now. She had 2 wheat thins, so I didn't cover that because it's such a small stack. So if it's a snack that's below 10 grams between meals, I don't give her any insulin. But because this is a lot, so now she's had like 30, almost 30, at least 30 carbs. So she does need a correction. So we'll give her 1 unit now. And then if she gets hungry again, she can have something that's 0 carbs. Like she can have some cheese, or she can have peanut butter for a tablespoon is 4 grams. So you just write down, but 4 is not enough to like give her an insulin. So she could snack again, but not a banana, right, until lunchtime.
Okay.
Right, Raleigh? No, she doesn't like these restrictions, so it's hard.
I know.
Sometimes it's hard. Okay, so I am gonna use this again because nothing really happened to it.
Don't do it.
Actually, I'll let you try to put it on. Let you do it. I know, but it's time. You ate the banana and you need insulin so your body can process the sugar. Yeah, great. And then we'll just for good measure. What do you want to eat? You're hungry? What time is it? Kind of like an early lunch. You want to? Oh, so
Is
hold
this
it
one?
up. Yes, hold it up, right? Yeah, and press. You want the air bubble. Yeah, to make sure there's no air bubbles, right? So that was prime.
This is one.
One.
Right.
Yeah, and I always say to myself, one, because I'll forget what I do. It's so easy.
Yeah.
So I've gotten the habit of like, I'm giving you one, and then I write it down. What else do you want to eat? You're still hungry? What about, do you want one of your drinks? I've got strawberry watermelon, and I have bubbly lemonade, and I have grape water. Do you want one of those to drink? And then you can go play with Marcy in the bedroom?
Yay!
Want to do that? The bubbly lemonade. Okay, so as soon as we give you the insulin, we'll give, this is 0 carb, and that's why I have these. Because sometimes
Yes, I forgot
So-
the city problem.
That's okay. So then what I do is I'll clear it because the pressure, it kind of starts bubbling out. So I found that to be as precise as possible, I do it like right before I give it to her. So now we're back. So we'll do 1. And then Raleigh, stand up. What? I'm gonna put you over my lap. This is sometimes the easiest way to do it because then she won't move. And it's okay, Raleigh, we'll give you the lemonade.
It's okay.
So I kind of find a fatty place, and then I try not to hit where I've already hit. You can kind of move it around.
Okay.
So you do it upright. Oh wait, so we click to 1 again because I cleared it. Okay, so you do it upright, and then you go in. Yeah, I'll help you.
Okay.
You just go in, and then you press the button, and then you hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you release the button and come out, and that's it.
Oh, very good.
Did it hurt, Holly?
Very good.
It did. Sometimes it hurts and sometimes it doesn't. I always check in with her afterwards. Because sometimes we get a nerve and sometimes we don't, right?
Okay, sweetheart.
Okay.
So then I put the cup again on top.
What's that? No. So
this
yes,
is on.
yes. So the cap, that's actually. Oh, so this cap, that's trash. This cap you put on, you unscrew it, and then it goes straight into the needle. And then the lid, yeah, no, and that's just trash. There's no needle in it. You can just go that way.
Okay.
And then that, put the lid back on, and it goes back in the fridge. Yay! Marcy did it! Her first insulin shot.
Yeah.
Mommy will be free soon. I'm just kidding.
That was a big step.
That was a big deal. Yeah. Well, I figured if we didn't actually make it a time to do this, it wouldn't. You know, it's hard. Yeah. Go play. Have fun. Woo! All right.
Oh, sweetie.
Yeah. She's doing great. She'll fight it sometimes. Like sometimes she'll say, "I'm not diabetes," you know. And kind of try it. But I found that she understands. Or like sometimes she'll do this with her fingers and I'll be like, okay, now for real. And then she'll like bring it out. So she kind of plays games sometimes, but eventually she'll do it because she wants to eat.
But sometimes she's also, wait, you fixed this thing. Wow.
Yeah, Uncle Mike fixed our refrigerator. Now our oven is broken. Our oven is broken.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm living like, I'm at a bachelor pad. Anyway, but Uncle Mike's in a Atascadero, but when he comes back, he's gonna fix our oven. Yay, Uncle Mike!
That's funny.
Yeah, I know, right? Good thing he's in town. We love you, Uncle Mike. If you're watching. Okay. Oh my gosh, Babs, I'm so sorry about that. I know there was a lot of calls you need to take right now. For our one viewer, hi Mom, hi, or whoever you are, Babs darling is taking time out of her very busy schedule. She's on a lot of boards to be with us here today and talk bad mom jokes. So whatever that may be. So thank you so much for being here. Oh, well, we'd love to have you anytime. Vanessa! Ah! One of my friends from childhood is here. Oh my gosh, so amazing. I don't know if you could hear Vanessa, but in the background, Raleigh, I'm training our friend and babysitter Marcy to give her insulin treatments because, as you know, because Vanessa is a good friend of mine, so she knows that my daughter was diagnosed with diabetes this past summer, and I'm just getting back into the groove. And I have to tell you, Vanessa, that Declan, Deco, he was leaving for school today, and I said to him, I'm like, hey, Marcy's coming to watch Raleigh. What should I do with my time? Should I edit videos for our family channel? Should I do a live video for Bad Mom Jokes, or should I clean out the garage? And he was like, no, don't do that. He's like, do your channel because it's for you. And my husband, Legs Jesse, was like, he's really wise. And so here I am. I was telling everybody that I couldn't get a mom last minute to come, but Babs Darling, who's raised 3 children who have gone through Harvard Law School and cum laude, everything, took time out of her busy schedule to be here today on Bad Mom Jokes. So we're just so thankful about that. And we were gossiping a bit about Andy Mills too, if you want to watch the playback. Anyways, so what I was telling her before Marcy and Rosie came in to do her insulin is I'm doing a little bit of stand-up, and last week I was at an open mic, and it was just a bunch of dudes. You know, I go to these open mics, and I'm not really sure what I'm walking into, and in this case, it was all men, and they were really cool. You know, we're just chatting it up, waiting for the mic to start, getting high, because I stupidly cannot say no to weed, but unfortunately when I'm high, I cannot do stand-up. It was a train wreck. So tonight I'm going back and I'm like, remember, Alyssa, you can't smoke pot until after you do your set. Alcohol, I'm fine, but something about the weed, I'm just like, whoa, my ADD and weed don't mix. So anyways, I get up there and I start in, you know, talking about whatever, doing my jokes. And then I start doing jokes about my husband. And every time I mention my husband, the guy up in the booth starts groaning and completely tuning me out. And so I was thinking, like, that sucks. Like, my female comedian friends were like, that's so lame. For every groan, he's buying himself another year of being single. But then on the other hand, I was thinking about it today, and I'm like, that's kind of like a stripper getting up there and like doing her thing, and then all of a sudden she's like, and I'm happily married. You know, like, you can't touch, but he can touch all the time, and I like it. You know, and I'm like, there's kind of this expectation if you have a particular audience, certain things just aren't going to work, and I'm finding that I'm losing the room every time I talk about my husband. So yeah, so that was an observation that I made, and I don't think it's right or wrong. It's just that particular room is really jaded. And then today I was thinking about, and Babs, I'm sorry, I'm sure you have something to say about that. That's so true. Yeah. No, it's true. It takes a really mature, centered man to be around a powerful woman like you. Yeah, I'm so glad you found Kip. They're really a great couple. You know, if you're not really secure with yourself, you'd feel really envious of Babs and her amazing life. It's true. You're so fabulous. Anyway, so where was I going with that? Babs, what was I gonna say about that? Yes, that's right. So when women have a hard time getting a man, say they're at home alone, never getting laid, feel like nobody loves them, women blame themselves, right? They just turn in on themselves and like they're to blame. Men, when they don't get any affection physically from a woman, because that's all they really want. Like, they're lying if they want to walk on the beach and read your books. It's just to get in your pants. I'm telling you now, I've seen it all. Men are physical creatures. That's what they want. And if they're not getting it, they blame womankind. Like, they will turn on all of womankind and say, like, they're evil bitches that won't give us head or whatever. But then I was thinking, when that guy finally finds that woman who's a perfect angel, Snow White virgin, who's gorgeous, but no one's ever touched her for some reason, and that man finally finds that woman, and he convinces her, you know, to show her the ways of love based on what he's learned from watching too many porn videos. And then he's kind of looks at her the next morning. He's like, well, you're all used up. I'm out of here, on my quest to find the next Snow White version. And I'm just like, guys, you really need to stop treating women like disposable plastic straws and just find yourself like a sturdy stainless steel straw, to take with you everywhere and feel really good about that. That's just what I was thinking. What do you think about that? Yeah, I know. I've been meaning to buy a stainless steel straw for a while now. Like, I just need to search it on Amazon. I just need to do it, and now I have to. California passed a law that I think the restaurants can't use straws. Is that the thing? Or maybe they can use paper straws. I don't know about you, but I can't stand paper straws. They're like mealy in your mouth. So I need to get me a good stainless steel straw. To-do list, I won't remember until I watch the playback like 5 weeks from now. But Alyssa, go get a stainless steel straw now, okay? Because you'd be looking like an asshole with your plastic straws. And you can't get them anymore, so there. I talked about the stripper stuff. I kind of want to talk about it at the mic tonight. I actually think the guys will love it because they're like, she's not talking about her husband and she said stripper. We love her. Oh my God. They're really not listening. They're not. It's just like a vagina moving her lips. This is amazing. I will watch for as long as you want to talk. That's pretty much a dude at an open mic. Oh, I was going to say something else. I'll save it for later. Talked about that. Oh, here's my better notes. See, like, these are not the notes that you want to go into a live video with. Like, unless you want people to see you reading, like, this is the type of notes. Like, this is it right here. Just, like, remind yourself your points and get on with it. Did that. Okay. I did. Oh, my God, I'm done. Is this a wrap? Does anyone have any comments? Like, we got in under the buzzer. I was going to shoot for about a half hour. No thumbs up. So for the 2 people here, Mom and my best friend Vanessa from childhood, if you can hit that button, I don't know if you can find it. Vanessa, I know you're very savvy. Mom, you're probably like, I'm doing 3 things, sweetie. You're running in the background while I do my mascara. I love you. I'll watch the playback. We're just all too busy, right? Babs, speaking of busy, I know you're busy. You have that TV thing later tonight. Look at her shoes. Can you guys see her shoes? Like, look at these shoes. This show is not worthy of those shoes, Babs. You're so amazing. So happy to have you here. I hope to see more of you. Keep doing God's work, okay? Oh, my perfume? Yeah, no, a lot of babies died in the making, isn't it? Oh, so good. Oh, you're on the board of that? Babies should die for making perfume? You're doing God's work. God's work. Anyways, thanks for the thumbs up, Vanessa. Mom, don't worry. If you can't find the button, I love you too. It's really not going to make a difference. At this rate, unless I also get a TV show like Babs over here, no one will find this channel. This is just for me. This is so I put on makeup once a week and feel like I'm doing something that's not for anyone but myself. Moms, if you can take a moment to watch this, do you feel me? Do less. Drink more. No, I'm just kidding. Don't drink more. That's if you want. That's up to you. I'm not going to encourage alcoholism, but I am going to tell you, do less. Be more like a dad. I've been trying it out. It's amazing. And I'll see you guys next week, hopefully on Friday morning. And I love you. Bye.